Now for our third and final stop, the third most populated city in the world, Karachi, Pakistan, with a population of more than 12 million people. So let's check this place out. Let's figure out why, like with the other two cities we just did, why is this place so populated? What are the geographical features of Karachi, Pakistan that make it a favorable place to live? Let's look at it. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. This is a picture of Karachi at night. Let's look at what the make of the land looks like, what the area looks like. There you see a lot of buildings close together. Not necessarily the tallest buildings that we saw in Shanghai and you might find in New York City, but a lot of buildings, a lot of people live here. Let's also check this out. Another picture of Karachi. As you can see, it looks a little bit, well, not as advanced, maybe you could say, as other countries, but still a lot of people are living there. Let's check out where this place is. Let's check out where this takes us. That's loading. Let's think about what are the geographic features of Karachi that make it a favorable place, and why are there so many people living there? And if by these pictures we can tell it's not necessarily the most advanced country, why is there so many people living there? Well, let's not look for this. Let's go back. Let's go back to these pictures. You see a lot of advertisements, not necessarily these beautiful buildings. I mean, these are kind of shacks, shanties, but a lot of people living, a lot of people in carts, little motorcycles, a lot different than the other places we looked at. But why is this place so popular? Why is it really good? So what we do with those cities, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at Karachi from above. What are some things that stick out to you, some geographic features that stick out to you, that would maybe tell you, oh, I know why this place is so populated. Or just know why I don't know. Okay, so as we look at this, we can see that there's a large body of water available to Karachi. And that large body of water we call the Arabian Sea. But so now, let's say that this Arabian Sea connects us to the Indian Ocean, which this is all part of the Indian Ocean, which will get them, you can get to the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean using the Arabian Sea. Also have access to the Gulf of Oman, which goes all the way up into the Persian Gulf, which gives them, if they were to trade or to buy goods, they have access to some of these Middle Eastern countries, including Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iraq, Iran, some big Middle Eastern countries. They also have access down here to Africa, and from the east to India. India has one of the highest populations in the country, and there's a lot going on in India for trade. As you look, it's very close to India. This is the border of India, up here, still line. Let's zoom in. Let's look at one more thing that maybe isn't so obvious. You see that there is a river here, a smaller river that they might be able to use to do some trade in some smaller cities throughout Pakistan, throughout Afghanistan as well. But as you see right here, it's listed, it's labeled the Indus River Delta. The Indus River is actually a very large, a major river um, used a lot for trade. In this river, it's not very really seen with the satellite view, but it connects or it runs through most of Pakistan. Also, much of it gets through part of Western India. It also gets up into Tibet, which is part of the Republic of China. As you see, there's many little cities here along the Indus River that lead up into other countries. So, being that Karachi isn't very far from the Indus River, they could definitely use the Indus River for trade. So let's look at how close they are. If they were to travel from the city of Karachi, let's just say the center of the city, that's what's over there. Karachi is actually bigger than just like that. It's all over there. If they were just to travel, let's say if they had a truck, they were able to take goods using trucks from the center of the city over to the Indus River for trade. Let's see how far that is. Let's see that. I'm gonna make sure that this is in miles, so it's kind of in our language here. So let's go from the center of the city over to just kind of the closest part of the Indus River, somewhere over in this area. That's only 60.83 miles. That's about an hour drive if the roads are decent, and I'm not quite sure how long they are. And that's really not too far, and that's pretty close access to the Indus River. Let's get rid of this one. Let's say they were going to go from Karachi to this city down here. That kind of is right on the border, right along the shore of the Indian Ocean. You're able to see, and this river delta. So let's go. Let's say you want to go here. You want to go straight shot. But you want to tie deep enough that it's an ocean. All the way to here. Again, only 62, almost 63 miles. Really not that far when you're considering how far people travel to trade. So as we look, um, Karachi really benefits from its close access to the Indus River as well as the Indian Ocean and all these seas and gulfs that are nearby. Now, like we've done with the other cities, let's go ahead and look at Karachi and we're going to look at the music and dance found in this city. And then I would take time to watch these videos. So after watching these videos, what do we notice that is similar between our dance and music and the music and dance found in Karachi? Now, as we look at these videos, we see that the instruments used in Karachi are a lot different than the instruments that we use here. Here we see a lot of drums, amplifiers, guitars, things like that. There they have a lot more woodwind instruments, higher pitches, a lot different, very traditional in much of the Middle East. And also the dances are very symbolic, and they come from a lot of religious backgrounds, not so much like we do here in America. Now, kind of in recapping from Karachi, talking about Karachi, which is here, Istanbul, which is over here, and Shanghai, which is over here. What are the geographic features that stick out to you as being the most important in determining the population of an area? I would definitely say that access to water has the most influential effect on population in an area. Not just in the three most populated cities in the world, but as I talked about earlier, India has a huge population, and that's because it is a peninsula. It's surrounded on, actually, it's not a peninsula. Well, it's surrounded on at least two sides by water. If you can consider this a side that is a peninsula, I'm not sure how that's considered. You also look over here, a lot of China is very highly, densely populated, as well as Japan, the Philippines, Indonesia. As you can see, these places are surrounded by water. Let's go over to our side of the world. The most populated cities in America are found in New York City, which is over here, right along the East Coast, right on the ocean. They've also got um, they've got lakes in here and a lot of access to water. This is where New York City is up here. Okay, They got access to Europe because of its location. You also go to the other side of the country to Los Angeles. Here, as you can see, right on the coast, easy access to China and much of Asia. Let's see, if I can from there. I haven't been to LA, but I'm pretty sure it's in this area. Okay, lots of water. And then the third and fourth most populated cities in the United States would be, we've got Houston, Texas down here. We've got easy access to the Atlantic Ocean via the Gulf of Mexico, which also gives them trade down here. And Chicago, which has got access up here to the lakes. So in a recapping, water plays probably the most influential part in determining the population of a city or an area. Weather also has to do with it, because I mean, you can go up north and say, well, these places don't have a lot of water, but it's so cold that people can't really live there, and there's not a whole lot of business that you can do there. You could also argue that the ability to grow crops would be also very influential, but water is the biggest influencer in how we grow crops. So really, overall, the largest geographic, most important geographic feature for determining a population of a city would be its access to water. Take away that water, and people have to move. They have to close up shop, and they have to find somewhere else to go because they can't get their goods anywhere. I hope that through this field trip and visiting the three most populated cities, you have been able to see how water plays a huge role in our trade and how we live our lives today and how we have our goods and things that are supplied to us. I also hope that you recognize some similarities and differences in the cultures found in these highly populated areas and how they relate to our culture here found in the United States.